Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Perspectives, Let's Talk. I have my son joining me today, and today we're actually going to talk about LeBron James and the big topic, Michael Jordan, right?
Yep.
Alright, cool. So, let's just get into it then. So, we actually always have discussions in our house about what we think, and I think I'm biased because we all know that, right? You know what I mean? No, I'm just playing. No, but seriously, I think LeBron James is the best player in the world. I am biased when it comes to him, so I immediately didn't know much about Jordan, but I just was judging him based on the biggest topic. Everybody want to compare, and I just felt like I didn't like Jordan the way Jordan was as far as LeBron. You know what the hell?
Personality.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like LeBron kind of give him his, his flowers and his ups and like letting him know, like, man, I really like mess with you or whatever. But I just felt like he wasn't.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? Like he didn't care.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But nah, I mean, he did, but he just didn't. I don't think he really wanted to show that. At the same time, I think it was just more like, that's cool, but I've heard that like 1,000 times, so thanks. Like, I think that's more what it was.
Yeah.
But I don't think he realized how disrespectful that may have seemed and really was, considering LeBron's stature. So I think that's what I was.
I honestly feel like he really don't want to give LeBron his ups because LeBron has a different playing style and he's unique in his own way.
Yeah.
And he actually, I feel like he felt a little intimidated because, like, who is this they comparing me to? And you know what I mean? And he's he's just like a good person. So it's like, everybody's like, hold up, like, and they calling you the GOAT or whatever, and, might be better than me, and you're nothing like me, but I feel like maybe that had something to do with the way he responded, but I honestly just, like I said, I felt like, I don't fuck with him. That's how I felt. But after watching the Last Dance with y'all, it gave me more of an outlook of why people think that he's the GOAT. And my perspective is that it has nothing to do with the numbers, but maybe his playing style. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, maybe not the stats, but the way he played the game. So, and I found him to be pretty interesting, and I've actually cool. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what you think about that. What do you think about the big talk, the comparison of it?
I think this is what I think. I think we should never really compare when it comes to. I mean, this is like, it's hard for me to say this, but I don't think we should compare numbers, especially when it comes to basketball, for sure. And that's mostly because when we compare numbers, that isn't always it doesn't really always mean anything. Like when we look at it, like the Golden State Warriors, when this team has Stephen, Clay, Draymond, and Katie, everybody, oh, that's Katie's team. No, that wasn't Katie. That was Stephen Curry's team, but Kevin Durant was scoring the most points. But it's just that was Stephen Curry's team, because without Stephen Curry, to me, Katie, he might. It was a big might. He might have won that. With Stephen Curry, it was like, okay, yeah, they gonna win because they got 4 All-Stars. He wasn't saying, oh, they about to win for sure because of KD, because they won without KD.
Right.
So it's just like, the numbers have to do with a lot, because, you can't just be the GOAT scoring 15 points. But at the same time, it don't always, because we say Jordan is the GOAT, and he's only led in scoring. He's never led his team in scoring, assists, and rebounding. So I think all that just goes into gameplay.
Gameplay. Yeah, that's how I feel. But I know people say numbers might not matter, but at the end of the day, that's the only thing we cashing out is them numbers. I mean, numbers is the only thing that don't lie. Numbers is the only thing that you can't change. That's why I feel like, people like Jordan maybe for his playing style, the way he was like, the alpha male and did his shit or whatever. And LeBron is more like a team player, and but I feel like people should give him his respect because he is that dude for real. And yeah, I know I'm biased, but I still feel like, and then they want to compare the little ring situation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see, the only people if you notice, only people who do the rings thing are only pro Jordan fans. Like, oh, you got 6 for 6. Those are the only people who do that when you really look, because people who love LeBron and love Jordan, which is kind of rare, honestly, but when you got people who are like that, they are like, okay, yeah, Jordan won 6, but don't forget, he didn't do that by himself. The first time, and yes, you did actually say this, when we was watching the Last Dance, when he first went, he played against Larry Bird, Danny Ainge. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it because that's one of the best teams historically ever. But at the same time, we were saying Jordan's the best player of all time, and at the time in the league. So when we looking at a player like that, we like, how do you lose against that team? So it's just like, it's weird, but at the same time, he didn't go anywhere. He couldn't get anywhere until he got Scottie. He got Scottie when they first ring together.
Right.
So when you see everything, it's just like, but then also at the same time, he played against the Pistons, and the Pistons couldn't stop him until they literally had to physically hurt him. So it's just so hard to say, like, with the whole ring situation, because it's like Jordan definitely
has more rings.
He has more rings, but at the same time, LeBron's never had a Dennis Rodman and a Scottie Pippen. I feel like this is like his first. No, I'm not gonna say his first. This is probably more, because honestly, Kyrie for the time when they won that ring, he was LeBron's Scottie.
Right.
When he won that ring with Dwayne Wade, that was. But at the same time, what I would do is I would say, and Jordan, I do believe Jordan's the GOAT. But at the same time, I would say, okay, Scottie or Kyrie. And I would say, okay, Scottie or Dwayne Wade. And it's just like, that's what I would go based off of.
Right.
And Jordan had the better teammate. He had better role players. He had all of that.
So he was a better player, or you just saying, like, you feel like he'd go? Like, I mean,
this is so hard for me because, like, I've been at a crisis. Like, last year, I was like, oh yeah, no doubt, it's Jordan. Like, but after I seen what LeBron did, especially in the whole playoffs, I was just like,
right.
I was just like, everybody, oh, that killer instinct. I'm like, yeah, that killer instinct, but at the same time, it's not like he didn't really show it. Like, I mean, he showed us like, okay, look, all this killer instinct is cool, but I don't really have to do nothing when I'm up by 30 because I'm leading the team in scoring, assists, and rebounds. So it's just like, I don't know, man, it's hard. That's hard for me.
Well, my thing with the ring thing, like we always talk, because we talk a lot about basketball in my house, because I love LeBron. And so because he is the reason I really started watching. I always tell y'all that. Like, I never watched Jordan. I watched LeBron because I was like, damn, who is this dude from Akron? And I really wasn't into it like that because it just wasn't in my house. Sports wasn't like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, my dad watched sports or whatever. It was nothing like that. So when he started playing, I'm like, oh shit, this is tight. This is cool. Like, no, I mean, I even said that when he was playing in high school too, the games I did see. But I feel like the ring thing for me is like, rings don't mean nothing because at the end of the day, you got bench players that get rings like everybody else. It may be something that got more than him. I don't know. I don't care to do the look it up to see. But I just feel like the ring does not define the person as far as them being a GOAT, right, the greatest of all time, or whatever. You know what I mean? That's how I felt, And I said that forever and a day. Like, that don't mean shit. And I probably got mad about it too because I feel like they don't get this man his respect. And even though, and then the thing about it, I feel like sometimes, especially from our city, where we from Akron, Ohio, where LeBron James is from, people just want to hate. Like, y'all need some attention, you know what I'm saying? Like, so let's hate on him because it's the hottest topic. So let me pull a few strings, and make people feel away. Like, and I feel like it's sad, but at the same time, I guess to speak about that person's character, because why would you really hate on this man?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'll be hating like when he played against Steph Curry because I didn't like, I was hating on Steph Curry because no, what you doing? So I'm an honest hater, to be real. Like, when it comes to bias, I ain't really, I might be a little bit of a hater. When it comes to people I love, like, no. But at the same time, I don't do that for a reaction. I do that because I really fuck it. I'm messing with him. Like, that's my dude. Like,
and another thing with the rings, though, was like, at the same time, a bench player, I mean,
They get rings like everybody.
J.R. Smith got 2 rings right now. He didn't even play it. He didn't play a game. But at the same time,
you know,
we could be like, oh, J.R. Smith, hands down, one of the best shooters. No, we would never say that because guess what? What did he do?
Besides take his shirt off, like you said.
Like, seriously, what did he do? He didn't even get in the game. What did he do that was like, yo, JR is really looking like the... So that's what it's like with Jordan, because I will say this, even though he only went 6 times and he won 6 times, every time he went, he was averaging 30 points.
Right.
And
but he didn't go every time either, just like
no, and that's another argument. He didn't go every time. And
so what's that? But he still.
That's another thing where it's like, okay, yeah, you go, but at the same time, you didn't make it every single time.
Right.
And we put LeBron in this place to where it's like, and I do it too, to where it's like, LeBron, you gotta be perfect because, bro, you're the GOAT. Like, but at the same time,
but then people don't want to give him that status, even though they feel like he should step up. You know what I mean? Like, y'all don't want to give him the GOAT status.
But it's so hard because. And I feel like that's especially hard for people that be older, especially like, and that's just like the super old heads that just grew up or just watched Jordans and the Magics and all that, and was just like, oh no, nobody's ever gonna be better than Jordan. Like with Stephen A. And he was like, when Stephen A. and Max was like, no one's ever gonna be better than Michael Jordan.
And I was just like, that sounds like my grandparents.
I'm like, now that right there to me. Now, Stephen A. was like, I'm not a hater. I'm like, okay, he is, but at the same time, that to me is hating. Because it's like, you're not even going to, he's been playing for 17 years. He's been playing basketball his whole life, but he's been in the league for 17 years. This man has achieved so much that, yeah, if we were to talk about the analytics and the stats, and you look at the accolades and all that, he's the best. But at the same time, it's just like, bro, like, it sucks because it's like he's the best, but he's not. But he is. But it's just like back and forth.
I feel like he is the best from what I've seen. Like I said, I only started watching, but I feel like I do understand people wanting to see his show more because LeBron is more of a team player and a passer and whatnot. So I do understand that because sometimes I be like, what, you know, but at the same time, I'm riding with my man. It's like, I ain't no flip-flopper. Like, you know, I understand that everybody is different.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem adjusting. Like, if I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you. Yeah. I feel like people always got expectations of what, you know, people should be and this and that. But I feel like he's done a lot. He's proven himself over and over. I feel like, yeah, he's just a good person. Okay, but before I forget, because we ain't none of this scripted, we just talking, right? How do you feel about, you know, they different people, different players, but then even with, like, even with everything going on and people speaking up about, you know, LeBron is more vocal about the Black Lives Matter. Jordan ain't said too much or nothing, and, you know, and he don't. Right. His whole 50 however old he is, you know. So how do you feel about that? Do you think a player should speak up? Do you feel away because he don't, or?
How I feel about that is like, I don't fault Jordan for doing that, and at the same time, if LeBron wouldn't say nothing, I wouldn't fault him for doing it, but I would be surprised only because that's not LeBron.
Right.
Jordan,
he been that way.
Right off the bat, he already made it known, like, look, I support it, but I'm not finna sit here and say that 24/7, which is fine to me because I feel like that's not your job. I mean, I'm just being honest. It's not, even though I feel like you probably should at least once or twice in them, but at the same time, I'm not going to be like, I hate Michael Jordan. He's not saying anything about, but like LeBron does that, like we already know, out of just the kind of his heart. I mean, he's just that person. So it's just like, when you do that situation, it's just like, yeah, Jordan, I mean, you know, but at the same time, it's not your job. I mean, it's been a lot of players ever in the league that ain't saying nothing. I mean, we know it's players right now that's not saying nothing, but we know they still support it. They just not saying nothing.
Well, maybe or maybe not. But I feel like, you know, But my thing is, honestly, with that, I feel like people hold people at a standard that's just fucking ridiculous. Excuse me. But I feel like it's freaking ridiculous because even though I really don't, you know, care for Jordan, all like that, I feel like at the end of the day, I don't know how people feel like they always got the right to say what the next man should do, regardless of their position. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if that's the case, we all got a voice. Everybody should be speaking up. Whether you up here or down there, whatever the case may be, right? Yeah. It's just like this. This is me and you. We ain't big time, but we talk about how we feel and what we feel, and we leave it at that. We don't really, I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like everybody is the same. Everybody should do what they want to do. I don't fault Jordan. I don't care if he ever speak about it. That's it. And he may not feel the way everybody feels. And that's all right, brother. That's your perspective. I don't feel like it make them less of a goat or whatever person because they don't speak about it. I feel like LeBron James is genuinely just a good person all around. And I feel like ain't no pressure. He do it because that's him. You know what I mean? And I love people that just are them regardless. They don't feel like the pressure. And I tell you that. I don't think you really feel the pressure. I mean, I know he hear the shit. He don't acknowledge people, you know, the way they are with certain things and stuff. But, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted to just, you know, have this conversation with you. Excuse me, I just can't even go. Because I don't know, I know we talk about it a lot about certain things and just wanted to get our perspective out on it because it's a hot topic and it will be forever and ever. Yeah. But at the end of the day, they are their individual selves. They are two of the best players that ever has played the game of basketball. And I feel like don't take credit from one just to give it to another just to say who's the best because they're both equally good. My pick, you know, I mean, you know how it's laying with me. And that's it. But I don't think Jordan is less of a player. I mean, he's still up there. Yeah. So it's okay to just give them both their flowers. You good, cool. But that's just a perfect world. We don't live in that. It's going to be a debate forever.
Yeah, comparisons come with everything.
Especially
with sports. Because people, same with football.
Yeah. I don't know too much about that, so we won't be doing a segment on that, but yeah. So, thank you guys. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Thank you guys for tuning in to my YouTube channel, Perspectives Let's Talk. If you are watching this and have not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell so you will be updated of any new uploads. You guys have a beautiful day. Thanks for tuning in.